If smartphones had been invented in the 1950s, the world would have entered the digital age decades earlier, reshaping politics, culture, and society in ways almost unimaginable. Picture post-war America and the Soviet Union, not competing for nuclear supremacy or space exploration alone, but racing to dominate mobile communication technology. Instead of bulky rotary phones on desks, soldiers, businessmen, and even teenagers might have carried pocket-sized devices capable of instant global connection. The Cold War would no longer be fought only with missiles and spies. It would be fought in cyberspace, long before the word even existed. Propaganda apps could spread ideology faster than radio ever could, while intelligence agencies might crack open primitive but revolutionary networks to track citizens in real time. Economically, an early smartphone boom would accelerate globalization. In the 1950s, container shipping and international trade were just beginning to expand. If supply chains had been powered by instant communication and digital coordination, companies might have built global empires decades ahead of schedule. Japanese and Korean manufacturers, just rebuilding after the war, could have leveraged smartphone technology to rival American industries earlier. Wall Street traders might already have used real-time data on handheld screens by 1960, creating a hyper-connected financial system before computers even filled a room. Social life would transform just as dramatically. Imagine 1950s teenagers, already driving cars, listening to rock and roll, and pushing cultural boundaries, now with pocket devices to share music, photos, and gossip instantly. Elvis Presley concerts might not just dominate radio waves, but trend on a primitive version of social media. Civil rights activists could have used encrypted group chats and viral photographs to spread their message far beyond television, accelerating movements for equality. Governments, however, would surely respond with strict censorship and surveillance, making debates about freedom and privacy central to mid-20th century politics instead of late 20th. Entertainment and culture would also look different. Hollywood in the 1950s was already booming, but with streaming-like services on smartphones, film studios might have shifted from theater dominance to direct-to-device much earlier. Radio might have collapsed faster, and television might have shared its rise with mobile entertainment. Sports fans could follow games live on tiny screens, while music distribution would leap straight from vinyl records to digital downloads, skipping decades of evolution. But the darker side of early smartphones must also be considered. Addiction to constant communication, the decline of face-to-face interaction, and the spread of misinformation would plague society earlier. Instead of the idyllic image of the 1950s, families gathered around the television, children playing outside, neighbors knowing each other, many might already be staring at glowing screens. Political scandals could erupt faster, conspiracy theories could spread unchecked, and the public trust in institutions might erode earlier, changing the trajectory of democracy itself. By the 1970s and 80s, when in our real timeline computers and satellites were reshaping the world, societies with smartphones would already be hyper-connected and digitally dependent. The internet might arrive sooner, or perhaps it would never be born at all, replaced by closed, state-controlled mobile networks. The arms race might not be about rockets and warheads, but about who controlled the algorithms. In short, a 1950s smartphone revolution could have brought both extraordinary progress and extraordinary risks, giving humanity the tools of the 21st century at a time when it was barely ready for the television age.